And welcome back. We are continuing our journey into Python and Django. Today we're going to clean up, I guess we're going to add a little functionality to our application. We're going to focus on the tasks. Now last time around we were able to complete tasks, and if we go back over here, we can see where these guys are completed. Now what I want to do is I'm going to see if I can actually edit. Oh, that's just a mass delete. So I'm going to go to each of these, and I am going to set them to in progress. Because what I want to do, or to new, one or the other, doesn't really matter. I'm going to do something that is not complete. And we're going to work on filtering a little bit. So if I come in here, where's my status? Right there. Let's make it new. Let's make him in progress. So I can play around a little bit. So now we've got 2 in progress, 2 new, none completed. If we go back here and we look at our task list, it's pulling all of them. And it really doesn't matter. If you remember, if I complete one, so let's go ahead and complete task force. If I complete it, I was removing it here, but I'm not actually changing the query. So I'm not actually removing it from the query. So here, what I want to do, whoops, that's the wrong way. I want to go over here, and I'm going to go to where I do my listing. Let's see, list tasks. And what we originally did was fairly simple. We come in and we're just saying, I want to take all of the tasks, and then I pass that into my screen, and then boom, they get displayed. But now what I can do is I can do filter, and I can say where, and let's go back and let's take a look real quick to where our status was. Complete task. That is based off of a lookup status. And so when I go back to my list, here what I can do is, let's do it this way. So there's a couple ways we can do it. So here, complete, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to get the object that is the complete status object out of the database. And what I can do is I can look here at my task, which I'm going to go verify on my models what I call that. So in my model, I call it status. Status goes to this lookup status. There we go. So status, if I change that, so if I do status, let's say equals to 3. So in this, status equals complete. That's my object. Now here we have just this one complete. So if I do that and filter it for status equals to complete, then guess what? When I call my list, I'm only going to get my complete. So I can rather quickly go that route, or I can do a, let's see, I think it's a not equal. It's not a 3. Oops, darn, that's wrong. That's penal. So now what we want to do is do this when it's not status equal to complete. So what we have to do is we actually have to come up here, and we're going to, if I can get it to work, I can't do it. So we're going to have to import from models a thing called Q. And what this is going to give us is the ability to set a query set, because now we're, instead of it just being this one little thing, wherever I put that, then we're status equal complete. We're going to actually have this a query set that's going to be passed into the filter, which allows us to do a little bit of work on that. And so we're going to go into our little guy here, and we're going to create a query set. Except, and it doesn't like Q because it's actually Django DB models. And I think I'm going to see, yes, there we go. It's Q or query set. Q is the quicker way to do it. So let's go back down to our Q. And now, so if we do it just as is, we're going to see Nothing terribly new on our task list because it's equal to complete. But now, if we want a quick way to change that, we can come up here and we can use the Python not. And now we're going to find everything that is not complete. So that was task 4. If we look now, you can see it's got second, third, first, but no task 4. So now if I complete task 3, even when I come back, I'm going to see the same thing. So before, where we were faking it out, we were just doing stuff in the current screen. We are now actually doing those changes behind the scenes as well. So this is a very easy way for us to to filter things. Now let's open that one back up because there's another thing I want to do. Let's say where status is not equal to what is our? Let's pick another status. What is our stat I? Let's say not equal to cancel. So if we look at cancel, that is 5. So now we're going to change it here. And we're going to do that. And we're going to stay where status is not equal to cancel. And cancel, cancel, good, good, good. And now if I look, I should get all of my tasks back. There they are. Now this time I'm going to make a change because this doesn't really have a meaning to it necessarily. So let's order by due date. Well, yeah, we'll start by ordering by due date. Now this is nice because you can change some stuff. So we can say order, and we're going to do it by, oh, I need to check my model. By creation, oh, here we go, by due date. So if I come back over here and I do my order, I'm sorry, it's order by, then all I have to do is just pick up column names. So I could actually do, well, let's just do due date first. So if I do that, it's going to come over there, it came around, and now we're going to see, so due date, January 1st, 2020, 2020, November 2020. So now we've got that. Now if we want to reverse it, come back here to the view, then we can just reverse it. And now we get the most recent to the oldest for the due date. And we probably would want to keep it the way it is. So let's keep it the way it is. Now within, let's take a look at these two. Where did we go? With these two, let's go ahead and do it by name. I don't know if that's going to matter too much, but let's just say, or did we call that name or did we call that description? We called that name. So now we can do due date plus name, and it's just commas, comma for every additional field that you want to look at. And so now we have these two that are on January 1st, 2020, and we have task 4 with the F comes before task, or actually task comes before test. And then we've got this ordered by name. So where before, to this point, we've really, for the most part, either done an all, or we've done a get, for example, well, right in the same one. So we come in and we do a get. That's going to return one record. If I do something that's not, I'm going to get an error out of it. I think we've seen that a couple of times. Now, if I want to take some group of records, I can either do the objects.all, which we've done to this point, or I can come in and do some filtering. Now, I can do on an all, I don't know if we had another all. Let's see. I don't think we did. Yeah, so let's just call this, well, let's do this. Let's create list tasks. And let's say active tasks. And so we're going to tweak the URLs. So we're list tasks. Where did we put it? Tasks, there we go. Let's do to do. It's going to be active tasks. So we're going to get ourselves a couple we'll play with this a little bit. Which means we'll also go to our base. We're going to change that real quick. And, oops, it wasn't in base, was it? It was in, let's go back and look at this real quick. So if we look here, home, about, create task, task list. Got that. Is that the, oh, because it's internal. I'm sorry, it's not base, it's internal. So let's go here, task list. And we're going to do one that's going to be to do. And that's going to be active tasks. And so let's change that view real quick. So active tasks will be, well, list tasks is going to be all. But we can still order by. So we're going to do that. And then the active tasks are going to be, we're going to do a cancel and we're going to do complete. And that was 3. So let's just do first that aren't by canceled. And this is going to be active tasks. And we'll do that. And then we're going to play around with this a little bit more. So let's go look at our page real quick. And let's just refresh the page. Oops. I got an order by, so I didn't get that right. Where did I do all? Oh, that order by. I think it needs to go that way. That will probably make it work a little better. There we go. Okay, so here is, oh, and I opened this up. So let's just do it this way because it's, oh, okay. Well, it's not pretty, but that's all right. So we can do our task list with this all, or our to do. Oh, I guess I didn't get it right. It is, oh, to do, not active. So if we look at that instead, oh, I'm going to the wrong place. So let's go look at this real quick. URLs. To do goes to active tasks. Active tasks. I change that to do. And let's take a look at that real quick. So if I do a refresh, so if I do to do, he's going to do, so he's not reading stuff right. If I go to tasks, he goes there. Active tasks. Oh, so I'm missing something. So let's go back and look at my view. So what did I do wrong here? Let's see, filter where it's not. Oh, I'm sorry. All of my tasks are currently active right now. So that would make sense. But if I canceled one, let's say I've got in progress. So let's get rid of my completes. So now I'm going to shrink that down. And if I to do. So there my active tasks are giving me those too. So I've got a couple different ways I can change my filter. And again, notice that we didn't really have to do much to create a whole different, essentially report kind of page. And there's still things we can work on with each of these. So we've got all of them, or we can come in and still complete them. I'm going to call it a day for that one. We're going to get back into this as we get further. There is a lot more things we can do with some of the queries. We're going to clean those up. And also we're going to start looking at some ways to add some nice rounding out to our applications, including things like testing and things of that nature. So that will do it for this time around. Go out there and have yourself a great day, and we will talk to you next time.